Welcome to the Travel Agency Near podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Kay. My hair, I've not looked at the camera. I'm just now looking at the camera if you're watching this on YouTube. And my nail is peeling. Woof. Anyway. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, the intro. Welcome back. It's the Travel Agency Near podcast. Rachel Kay. I'm a travel agency owner helping travel advisors step into the CEO era, I don't like that, of their travel business. Today is day 214. The $1 million question. Would you still not want to do this? This is a mindset episode. So we shift from mindset to strategies to business concepts throughout the 365 episodes of this podcast. Today is mindset. All right. I don't have time is one of the most common things I've heard from travel advisors about content creation. And I would like to gently challenge that today because it's often not really about time at all. What does I don't have time actually mean? Time is finite for everyone. We have the same number of hours allotted to us in a day and in a week. If we're all still here on planet Earth, we all are given the exact same amount of time. Most of us make time for the things we genuinely want to do, even on busy days. Doomy scrollies. If you don't know what that means, it's doom scrolling. I call it the doomy scrollies. Do you have time to do that every single day? Because that's something you genuinely want to do. Even if you're like, I don't want to do this, your brain's addicted to it. Sorry. So when I don't have time shows up specifically around content creation or any other recurring task in your travel business, it's worth asking honestly whether the real issue is time or whether it's like some mix of discomfort, fear, judgment, or simply not even enjoying the task. Sorry, not sorry. We aren't going to enjoy the tasks and not every single aspect of the business. And back when I was a personal trainer, I used to not give anyone any grace when they were like, but I hate push-ups. Okay, we're going to do twice as many push-ups then in all of your workouts until you love them. Well, why would you do that to me? Because the thing that you hate is the thing that you need to do the most. It is your weakest point. And it is the thing you need to do the most. So if you are like, I can't do content creation, you're either going to have to spend a crap load of money to hire someone to do all the content creation for you, or you're going to have to spend your time doing it because you have got to market to get business. You cannot magically have people find you if they don't know who you are. And I'm just talking about content creation. If you are doing a task that's redundant and you're like, this isn't bringing me revenue in, admin type tasks, and you're like, I am making enough money, absolutely delegate it out. Hire somebody to do that. If it's not bringing you money in, hire that out as soon as you can afford to. Unfortunately, you just got to deal with it until then. However, the perk there is you figure out exactly how you want it done, and you can do the training videos and have your SOPs in place for when you hire. Okay. That's like the only perk for doing like tasks you really, really hate that aren't bringing in revenue. So here's an exercise that cuts through the fog when you're like, I don't want to do this. And to see if it's really something that you're like, I don't have time for this, or it's just impossible. It's never going to get done. I'm not meant to do this kind of work. Okay. Here's an exercise you can implement every time you start having those thoughts of like, I don't want to, I don't have time, I can't. Especially the I can'ts. Take whatever task it is that you keep avoiding: filming, writing, following up on outreach, following up on proposals, whatever it is, and ask yourself this one question. If someone offered you $1 million specifically to do that one task today, would you still find a reason not to do it? Sit with that. Let's get honest, because I know you're like, no, there's so many things that I just can't do, and I just don't have the time. I got all this other stuff to do. But what if you were paid $1 million for it? For almost everyone, that answer is, yeah, we can still do it. No, there's no reason. If I'm getting $1 million, and this can apply to anything in your personal or professional life, would you still find a reason not to do it if someone paid you $1 million? You would most likely absolutely find the time, and quite possibly not even find it to be that hard once the resistance around it dissolved. That tells you something super duper important. The barrier was never really about, I don't have the time or I can't. It was about the perceived cost of doing the task. Discomfort, the fear, the tedium, the boredom. It was outweighing your perceived benefit, at least in that moment. And if you want to like take it full force, you can like tell yourself every day, ask yourself that question, and then just tell yourself, this is leading me on the path to making $1 million. I don't care if you want to make $1 million or not, but just put that out there. This is leading me on the path to becoming a billionaire, a millionaire. This is leading me on the path to being able to write neat, like life-changing checks for my friend, like my family members. This is putting me on the path towards the big, big goals. Whenever you're in that mode, after you ask the question, tell yourself, like, it legitimately will get you $1 million, a lot of these tasks, if you want it. It'll get you $100,000 if you want it. You know what I mean? I like to say million because who's going to say no to $1 million? Okay. This is not necessarily about imagining $1 million every time you sit down to work. Although I do like to put that in my brain. Like, if everything I do this day gets me towards the big goals like that, then I better be doing it. However, if you just ask yourself, if someone offered me $1 million to do this task, that's just a diagnostic tool. If the $1 million version of you, the millionaire version of you, would do the task without hesitation, and don't fight me and be like, well, the millionaire version of me would have people doing it for me. You got to get there first. That confirms that it is possible for you to do it. You have the actual capacity. What's missing is a strong enough reason or like a fear that is fully resolved in the present moment without that dollar amount attached. So from there, the more useful question becomes, what would make this task feel worth doing without needing an artificial incentive? Like I said, connect it back to your big goals. This piece of content is generally how new clients will find me. And I need new clients so that I can get more bookings and more commission and build my business to hit my big goals. Sometimes it's addressing the real fear underneath, the discomfort of being seen, which we've talked about in earlier episodes on like marketing and storytelling, I think maybe a week or two ago. Either way, the goal is you got to move from I don't have time, which is a dead end, to a specific addressable reason, which is something you can actually work with. Personal story time. I'm dealing with a very strange health issue. And I'm fortunate enough, I'm in a part of my life where I don't have responsibilities outside of myself. Like my son is grown and out of the house. I no longer have any pets. It's like just me. I'm only responsible for me right now, which I didn't get until like a year ago, by the way. Like I did not, there was always someone or something else to take care of. And so now I'm dealing with some weird health issues, nothing fatal. And it's a lot of dietary restriction, a lot of environmental restrictions, a lot of modifying exercise. It's interesting. And I have a choice to fix it all now over the course of the short term for a few months and be a little bit behind with my marketing in both of my businesses because I have to focus. Like, what's the point in me marketing? Yes, it'll get me $1 million. I get that. However, I still have the time to choose to do that, but I can't really like beat myself up if I don't hit the goals of what I wanted originally for like this time this year, like summer. What I really wanted to happen, it's still happening. It's still moving towards there. And I'm taking those steps, but I have to divvy up my time a little bit more. So, an example, I was invited to like a family celebration several states away at the end of July. But because of 2026, which is when these episodes will air, but because I'm dealing with these health issues, the just driving or flying 2 states away is too much on my system that I can't go. So I don't have the ability to do that. And if someone offered me $1 million, I still wouldn't do it because there's a chance it could throw off all the progress in my treatments. And I would rather get better than take $1 million. All right. So that's kind of like a terrible example, but something to think about. And also, with regards to work, I might have to take more breaks throughout the day and work more hours, like more hours times. Like I might have to start at 7 a.m. because I need more time to rest and reset in between my tasks. And I might be working till 8, 9 p.m. That's okay too. So things might have to change, but in order for me to get to the goals that I want to achieve, I still have to put in that effort along with taking care of myself. So I'm just saying, like, you have the time. If I've got the time, you got the time. We all have the time. Anyway, tomorrow we're going to build on this with something you can actually train, not just a reframe, which is discipline. It turns out it's not a magic gene or trait people are just born with. It is a skill. There's real research on how to build it. This is Travel Agency of the Year, day 214. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow.